Today we're doing a review of the Bellroy Venture Ready Pack 20 liter. In this video we're going to talk about the pros, the cons, we're going to pack the bag out, and I promise by the end you'll know whether or not this is the bag for you, but if it's not, you're going to want to stick around to the end because I got a couple alternative bag recommendations that are similar but have some key differences and they might better suit your needs. Only one way to find out, but first, let's talk about the gist of the Bellroy Venture Ready Pack 20 liter. Bellroy is a carry brand from Australia, and we reviewed hundreds of their bags, wallets, slings, phone cases, but they make a lot of products. And their Venture Ready Pack is sort of their first foray into travel-specific products. Although I will say it makes a great EDC as well, but not without its faults. Some of the bag's top features are its beautiful fabrics and materials, both on the outside and the inside. Pretty epic clamshell style opening, a quick access top, drop pocket with a gusset, YKK PU coated zippers protecting both compartments, one water bottle pocket, one quick access hidden side pocket, and a harness system with some decent ventilation and padding. As of recording, this bag comes in two color options, but Bellroy's always introducing new colors. Now the size is 20 liters, and it should be noted too, there's a 26 liter version of this bag as well. We've already published the review of the 26 liter, which you can find here. And in this video, we're gonna kind of compare and contrast both bags so you can get an idea of which size is best for you. 26 liters is usually good for a big everyday carry or super light one bag travel. And 20 liters is either a great everyday carry size or a great suitcase companion. And we have this luggage pass-through holder as well, which I'll talk about in a bit more detail the sections from now. Let's talk some dimensions and compare the 20 liter to the 26, because they're pretty similar. The 20 liter is around 19 inches tall, and the 26 liter is around 20 inches tall. And then for the width of the bag, the 20 liter is around 11 inches wide, and the 26 liter is about a foot. 12 inches. So you can see they're actually pretty closely related in terms of their dimensions, but the 26 liter definitely packs out a bit bigger, and I'll show you what that looks like when we actually pack out both the bags. The 20 liter weighs a very nice 1.9 pounds. Let's compare that with the 26 liter, which weighs just under 2 pounds. This is the Bellroy Venture Ready Pack 20 liter when it's empty, and this is the bag when it's fully packed out and worn on the Nomads Nation squad. For reference, I'm 5'8", and our media manager Margaret is 5'2". All Bellroy bags are covered by a 3-year warranty against manufacturing defects. And right now, the 20 liter version runs around 250 USD, and the 26 liter version runs around 270 USD. And if at any point in this review you're thinking to yourself, I'm gonna venture with the venture, and you're gonna make a purchase, or you wanna find out more information, we do recommend that you do so using the first link in the description below. Reason being, that link makes sure that you get the best price, and we oftentimes have discount codes. But that link also helps support the Nomads Nation YouTube channel and team so we can keep making the best darn bag reviews on the web. Thank you very much. Okay, let's talk about the front of the Bellroy Venture Ready Pack 20 liter. The aesthetic of this bag is it's just chef's kiss for me. It's beautiful. It's kind of like a homage to traditional hiking backpacks, but done in a way that's modern and just wouldn't feel out of place in an urban setting. And a lot of it has to do with Bellroy's branding, subtle, just a little Bellroy right there, but also these fabrics. And Bellroy's fabric game is both awesome and a little annoying. It's awesome because they just pick some of the best fabrics in the world. Like this beautiful fabric is just gorgeous, and we have a different fabric on the front of the bag than we do on the side of the bag, and they're just so good at their fabrics and the style of their fabrics. But on the flip side, some of their fabrics, like, they're new and we don't always know how long they'll last or if they'll peel, how abrasion resistant they are. And oftentimes they'll switch out their fabrics. Like this might be the fabric on the orange color of this bag now, and then it might be a different one in a month. So they move fast with their fabrics, which is something for you to be aware of. But having said that, all their fabrics are quite durable. On the front, we only have this little external lash point right here. Great for clipping things onto if you want to carry something externally on your bag. Under here, it's just a little seam. There's no like hidden pocket, unlike their other Venture travel backpack, which actually under here there's a zip, and you can, there's a little hidden tote under there, which I thought was a great utilization of space, but unfortunately not implemented on this bag as well. Then from there, let's talk about this top pocket right here. This pocket is protected with a YKK PU coated zipper. The zipper too has a glossy finish, which isn't everyone's cup of tea. What about you? I'm curious. Like, do you like this sort of glossy finish on the zipper? I think it gives the bag a little panache. It makes it look a little less hiker-y and a little more urban-y, but maybe I just would rather it not be glossed. Let me know your thoughts on the glossy zipper in the comments below. But it is YKK. YKK makes the best zippers in the game. I love Bellroy's zipper pullers too. Just a simple little knot, nice little amount of leverage, easy to open, easy to close. And you can see in this pocket, we got a little bit of organization. The pocket is separated with this gusset right here in the middle. It runs all the way down to this seam here. On this side, we have a power mesh. It's an elasticy sort of fabric. And on this side, we have two lining pockets, which I think will be ideal for pens, but only one way to find out. And just to get an idea of the overall capacity of this pocket, got these big bulky Sony XMH headphones. Will they fit? Ooh, kind of a surprise. So in theory, if you wanted to just put some big old bulky headphones in there, you could. But a lot of people are gonna use this pocket to organize smaller bits of gear. So for instance, on the power mesh pocket here, we're gonna throw a passport size notebook, perfect fit, some pens and the 2 pen holders. Now I was a little quick to grab my keys. These actually go somewhere else. I'll explain that in the next section. So instead we'll just throw some things at the bottom of the pocket, really utilize that depth, some wires, more wires, portable battery on the other side, some AirPods. And I think this is a great travel companion backpack as a personal item, because if the bag is underneath the seat in front of you, the things that are in that pocket are super easy to access. And these little lash points right here are just leverage points, which makes it easier to open and to close this pocket. Okay, that's it on the front. Let's talk about the middle of the Bellroy Venture Ready Pack 20 liter. Now remember, on this orange version, we got a different fabric on the front than we do on the side. The side is sort of like a ripstop material. It's their Bita ripstop nylon. I love this material. And this is the material that's used on the 26 liter that I have as well, but throughout the entirety of the bag. On side number 1, we have a water bottle holder, which is great. Bellroy doesn't always do this. And I fully suspect Bellroy will be doing more of this because the people want their external water bottle holders. And in the water bottle holder, we have this guy right here, which I'll explain what it does in a second. But let's see what water bottles it can fit. I got a 22 ounce Columbia, solid fit. But what about the 1 liter Yeti? That is going to be a tighter fit. Don't think that. That's probably gonna be where the line in the sand is drawn. Yeah, that's just not gonna work. So it is a water bottle pocket intended for small to mid-sized water bottles, but the good thing is this little clippity clip right here, you can go ahead and weave it through your water bottle, pop it on right here to this lash point in the back of the bag, give it a little tighten, and then you have a nice little security measure as to where your water bottle is locked and loaded. Small feature, but it goes a long way. Big fan of that. Now on the flip side, you'll notice no second water bottle holder, but we do have a hidden sort of back pocket. This is where we bring the keys back into play. Got a nice long key leash here. And I love the positioning of this because it's a very easy place to grab your keys when you need them, right? Especially if you're using this bag as your everyday carry bag, the keys are always right there, pretty safe against your bag, no one's gonna F with them. And then when you wanna get into your apartment, or your office, you just grab the keys. The leash is long enough as to where you don't have to like take the keys off. You can kind of pop them into place, unlock, put them back in, good to go. But then you could also fit some other things in this pocket. For instance, like a small portable umbrella that should fit. Let's see, will you fit? Yeah, for sure. So it's not a very bulky pocket. You're not gonna fit like another water bottle in there, but umbrella or smaller things like your AirPods, definitely a lovely place to store it. Now let's get to the main compartment. Yet again, protected with a glossed YKK PU coated zipper. And then we got a pretty epic clamshell style opening. It's not a full clamshell, it doesn't go down all the way to the bottom of the bag. So when you're opening it, you still got this little pool at the bottom. But let's talk about one thing that I think that Bellroy does better than most bag brands in the world, and that's just the design of their interior fabrics, right? I mean, look at how beautiful all this is, the gray and the red and the orange. I mean, they're just so good at this. How are you so good at this? It's just beautiful. On the front flap, we have 2 power mesh pockets. On the back side, we have a power mesh pocket right here on the side, tech sleeve, document sleeve. That's it. Let's pack it out. Starting with a tech sleeve, you can see my 13-inch MacBook Pro. Nice fit. Bag has a pretty nice false bottom. Stops it about right here. Oh yeah, that's a great false bottom. I mean, it's like right here, dude. So when you drop your bag, less likely to damage the laptop. Decent amount of padding in the actual tech compartment itself, but it will annoy some knowing that your laptop is in the main compartment. Some people, myself included, prefer a separate laptop compartment for easier laptop access. I got a cutout of a 16-inch MacBook Pro. Let's see if this fits as well. Oh yeah, definitely. So a 16-inch should fit as well, but I think that's as far as we're gonna go. Here's my 17-inch cutout. Oh, okay, JK. Looks like you 17-inchers have some hope. This is a cutout of a Dell XPS 179700. But if you have a 17-inch laptop, I would double check with Bellroy's customer support to make sure it fits the dimensions of your 17-inch laptop. Sleeve right here is a good spot for a notebook. And then on these power mesh pockets in the front of the bag, I'm gonna put my sunglasses in this one here. I know it's a little thing, but I just love kind of slash cut with the zipper, and it's through the middle, and it kind of makes it easier to grab whatever's in there. Just so cool, just so freaking cool. Then I got a laptop power bank, a big old brick. Pop that in here. This power mesh is great. It's got a nice elasticity to it, giving you expansion in the times when you need it. And then let's say you're using this as an everyday carry. I got some tech pouches. Sneak those into the bottom. Another tech pouch I'm gonna put right here. Book, hoodie, and it's 20 liters. I'd say it feels like it's around 20 liters. Sometimes Bellroy bags are advertised at 1 literage and they feel a little bit smaller, but this one, it's around the 20 liter mark. And you can see we got a little bit of space to play with at the top, but more or less that is a filled out 20 liter backpack. Now I'm gonna do a quick comfort test, and then I'm gonna take all this gear and put it into the 26 liter so you can see how the 26 liter packs out to the 20 liter. The comfort test first. I don't think Bellroy makes the most comfortable bags in the market, but that's because I like bags that have really thick beefy shoulder padding. Bellroy bags have a tendency to be a little thinner with the shoulder straps, but actually this one's got a decent amount of padding on it and a nice amount of rebound to it. Bellroy's smaller bags don't have sternum straps, but this one, thank God, it does. The sternum strap has a magnetic closure made by, I'm gonna guess, Duraflex, Woojin, even better. And a little dangle stopper right here to keep the webbing in its place. Stop the dangle. One thing to note about Bellroy straps too, they're not always the widest. I mean, at some points of the bag, we're only looking at like, what, a little less than 2 inches width, which gives it a very nice, sexy look, that cut. But the bigger the load out, sometimes the less comfortable that could be. But overall, for a Bellroy bag, this is actually pretty comfy. Back panel as well. Actually, I dig the back panel. You can see right here, we got a nice amount of padding on the back panel and this ventilation cutting right through the middle. And also the luggage pass-through holder right here, which has some elasticity as well. You can see how it does that. I'm not sure how that will settle over time, if it'll kind of like, not break, but like just lose its tightness. But doing a little luggage test, it does require you to put your bag sideways, which is not my favorite, especially on a bag with no horizontal access. But you can see it's a nice tight fit. Very secure. And I do think for all these reasons and the lightweightness of the bag and the simplicity of the bag, it does make a great suitcase companion as your personal item. But now let's compare the space of the 20 liter to the 26 liter. So you can see I've taken everything out of the 20 liter and put it into the 26 liter. And we got, you know, as math would lead us to believe, about 20-ish% more capacity, 25%. So you can see closing this, we got a lot more space to play with, right? So what was fully packed out in the 20 liter, now like we're like here. And you got all that to work with as well. So the good news is that if you're looking for like a one bag solution as to where you want one bag that can do both travel and everyday carry, the 26 liter, it doesn't feel that much bigger. You saw as we were kind of measuring it, right? And because of its malleable structure and its minimalist build, it doesn't feel a lot bigger than the 20 liter. But when you need that extra capacity, you can see how much room you actually have. So it totally depends on what your needs are, but I do think there's an argument to be made. The 26 liter could be a slightly biggish everyday carry, but can do both pretty well. Okay, now I realize I kind of got a little ahead of myself and I talked about a lot of the back of the bag in the middle section. Let's talk about the back of the Bellroy Venture Ready Pack 20 liter. We didn't talk about this top handle. It's a pretty nice top handle. Love all the reinforced stitching on the sides. This top handle ain't going nowhere. And again, Bellroy is just quirky little fabrics. Like, this is just a beautiful top handle. They're so good at finding these cool fabrics that just complement each other so well. But it's also quite functional. You got a nice amount of space in here, easy to grab. Some people prefer their top handle to be at the top for a better center of gravity. For me though, never bothers me. This is great. It's subtle, low key, love it. I discussed the cutting of these straps and sort of how they're not as well padded as some of their competitors. The sternum strap is adjustable, but not removable. Well, kind of removable. It's to get on and to get off, so I would just recommend keeping the sternum strap on. Metal hardware at the bottom, which feels and looks very premium, but sometimes it doesn't grasp the webbing as well. And I've heard reports online of like this getting loose over time. I think Bellroy has fought that though by making this webbing a little bit thicker. So it should have a bit better of a grip to it. And again, another dangle stopper right here. But the point I would emphasize on is the really impressive back padding here. Like it's one of the more comfortable Bellroy bags that I've worn. I like what they're doing here. They're definitely listening to their customer feedback and trying to implement a bit more comfort in bags. And this is a great example of those efforts. It's a pretty short back section because like I said, I was talking about it in the previous section, but what can I say? I'm really passionate about bags. And if you're watching this, there's a good chance that you might be very passionate about bags as well. And if that's the case, I want to let you know that here at Nomads Nation, we don't just do epic YouTube backpack reviews, but we also have a world-class newsletter, which is kind of like your insider source for what's happening in the carry community. The carry community is people like you and me who are just obsessed with this revolution in the world of bags. And the Nomads Nation newsletter is a way to stay at the forefront of what's happening. So if you want to stay on top of what's happening with new drops, limited edition releases, industry gossip, the best fabrics, and all the cool stuff that like I nerd out on, that I want to bring to your inbox, then you're definitely going to want to consider subscribing to the Nomads Nation newsletter. It's something that we're very proud of. We also do a bunch of giveaways only on the newsletter. So if you want to be a part of that, just look for this globe emoji in the description below. There you can sign up to the Nomads Nation newsletter, and I hope to see you in your inbox. Okay, let's talk about the overall pros and the cons of the Bellroy Venture Ready Pack 20 liter. Pro number one, I just love the freaking look. Like any Bellroy bag, it just looks beautiful. Pro number two is the high quality fabrics, especially in the interior of the bag. And pro number three is kind of a 2-in-1. I love how lightweight and how minimal the bag as a whole is. But also on the flip side, I got some cons. here they are. Con number one is while the bag is minimalist, it might be too minimalist for some. There's kind of a lack of quick access, maybe a lack of organization, especially if you're like an organization nerd. And con number two, I do think at the price point of 250 USD, it's a little ambitious for what you're getting. But just a reminder, if you disagree with my cons and you're thinking about picking one of these bags up, or you want to learn more information, just a reminder that we do recommend that you do so with the first link in the description, because that's where you get the best price and any discount codes if we have them. But also, I teased some alternative recommendations. Let's talk about them real fast. Alternative recommendation number one, pretty easy, the Bellroy Venture Ready Pack 26 liter. Great option for you if you want some more space, if you're interested in the Venture Ready vibe, but maybe you want a bag that can do a bit more, has a bit more versatility. And option number two is gonna be the Able Carry Daybreaker V2. Great option for you if you were here because you were like, I want a venture, but like more outdoor venture. I think these are more travel and urban bags. They're not like real hiker bags. Versus the Able Carry Daybreaker, it can do travel and urban, and also because of the build, it's also a great outdoor / hiking pack. Great weather resistant materials, super lightweight build. Able Carry is one of the best bag brands in the world right now. And to learn more about either of these bags, just check out one of these videos right here. If you got any questions about the 20 liter Venture, the 26 liter Venture, the Able Carry, any bags in the world, let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Aaron. This is Nomads Nation, and we'll catch you next time.